Okay, so let's continue from question number 6. This is a part 2 video of shares and dividends. A lady holds 1800 rupees 100 shares. So let's stop here and write the given data first. Number of shares, we have 1800 and rupees 100. So face value, let's write here FV, that is face value is rupees 100. Then that pays a 15% dividend annually. So rate of dividend is equal to, so DIV is the short form of dividend. So rate of dividend is 15%, and that is per annum, or you can say it annually. Calculate her annual dividend. Okay. So let's come to the solution part. Here, annual dividend is calculated by the formula rate of dividend, into the face value into the total number of shares. So in previous video also I've explained everything regarding the dividend and the other portions of this chapter, where I explained that dividends are always calculated on the face value. That is, the rate of dividend which is given here. Now this is calculated on the face value of a share. And when we multiply it by the total number of shares that a person holds, we will get the total dividend or the total annual dividend. Okay, so let's substitute the values here. So annual dividend will be, the rate of dividend is 15%, that is 15 by 100, multiplied by the face value, that is again 100, and into number of shares, that is 1800. So this 100 and this 100 goes off, and 15 into 1800. So annual dividend here will be 27,000. So we have solved the first part here. Now let's move ahead in the question. If she had bought these shares at 40% premium, what percentage return does she get on her investment? Okay, so let's move, which is written here, this 40% premium, again this 40% premium and 40% discount, or let's suppose 20% discount, everything, this premium, this discount, this dividend, everything is calculated on the face value. So again, this 40% premium means the market value. Okay, the market value will be 40% of the face value plus the face value itself. Okay, so this will be calculated as 100, which is the face value, plus 40% of 100. Okay, so I'll just write it here, 40% of 100. So 40% of 100 is 40. So 100 plus 40, which is equal to rupees 140. Okay, so this is her buying price, or we can say the market value for her. Okay, now let's go back there. What percentage return does she get on her investment? So if she has bought, let me write here, this market value is her buying price. Okay, This is her buying price. So she bought one share at rupees 140. This is her buying price for one share. Now she bought total of 1800 shares. So her total investment will be investment is equal to her buying price, okay, buying price of one share into the total number of shares she bought, number of shares. So her buying price is rupees 140 into the number of shares, which is 1800. Okay. So her total investment will be, these are three zeros here, 1, 2, and 3, and 14 into 18. This is 252. Okay. But the question doesn't end here. We need to calculate what percentage return does she get on her investment. Means how much did she get? Okay. So let's write the formula here. Percentage return. The formula is income, or you can say her return, or the amount that she gets as dividend, income or return, which is obviously in the form of dividend, divided by her investment. And since we need it in percentage, that's why we'll multiply it by 100. Now let's substitute the values here. Her income or return is the amount that she earns by dividend. Okay. So that dividend amount is 27,000, and her investment is 252,000. It's 2,52,000. So let's substitute these values here. 27,000, which is equal to 27,000 divided by 252,000, and obviously into 100. So we'll just strike it off. This three zeros and this three zeros are gone. Now 27 by 252 into 100. We'll simplify it further. This will be 50. This will be 2 into, let's strike it off by writing it 2, 6 and 2, 3. And this becomes 25 here. And this goes by 3. 3, 9 the 27. And this is 3, 2 and 21. Again by 3, 3 and this is 7. So finally 3 into 25 divided by 7. So just write it in mixed fraction. 25 by 7, better written as, let me change the color once. It would be better if I write like this. So the final answer will be, after changing it into the mixed fraction, 10 5 by 7 percentage. Okay. So this is the final answer. Okay, let me write it in a better way here. This is 10 5 by 7%. So this is the return, percentage return that she earns on her investment. See, this formula is very important here. income or the return, that is the annual dividend that she is earning, divided by her investment into 100. Okay. So now let's move to the next question. See, if you have any doubt or if you're stuck up anywhere in the formula or on any step, you can just comment down the video. I'll surely help there. Okay. Let's move to the next question now. What sum should a person invest in rupees 25 shares selling at rupees 36? What sum should a person invest? That is investment. Okay. Is unknown to us. That is, we need to calculate. Rupees 25 shares means the face value. Okay. The face value of the shares is rupees 25. Then selling at rupees 36 means the current value or the market value of the shares. Okay. The market value, that is MV, it is rupees 36. Obtain an income of 720. Okay. So as I explained it in the previous question, income, it is nothing but dividend. Okay. So dividend amount is rupees 720. And if the dividend declared is 12%, okay, so the rate of dividend, they have given the rate of dividend which is equal to 12%. Okay. Also find, okay, so first we have to find this investment part first, and then we need to find the percentage return. Okay, the percentage return. So this full portion here, this is your given data. Let's solve this question. Let's list down what things we need. Okay. So to calculate investment, we need the market value, because at the market value only we need to buy shares, right? This is the value, current value of one share. Okay. So market value into the number of shares. Simple formula. This will be my investment in any share. But now I know what is my market value, that is rupees 36. But I don't know what are the number of shares that the person is holding. So to calculate the number of shares, I need the help of dividend amount, rate of dividend, and the face value. So how will I calculate the dividend amount? The dividend amount, the formula of dividend amount is the rate of dividend, okay, into the face value. Again, I explained it in the previous video and also in the previous question, that the premium of a share, the discount of a share, or the dividend amount, everything is done on the face value. So rate of dividend into face value into number of shares. Now see what happens is, if I remove this portion, this number of shares, if I remove this portion here, let's suppose I just remove this. So the rate of dividend into face value, this will be the dividend amount for one single share. Okay. The moment I multiply it by the number of shares, I get the total dividend amount. I hope I have made myself clear. So that was just a revision portion. Let me remove this. Okay. So we have the dividend amount as rupees 720. The rate of dividend is given here, 12 into the face value, which is 25. Okay, it will be 12 by 100 as it is rate into number of shares. Now, look, number of shares remains here. This 100 goes with 720 and this 12 and 25 goes to the denominator side. Number of shares is equal to 720 into 100 divided by 12 into 25. This 25 and this 100 goes 4. This is 1. This is 3. And this 3 cancel out 720 to get 3 into 2, 6 and 40. So the total number of shares, let me write it properly. So the total number of shares is 240. Now let's go back to the main thing that we need to calculate, the investment. So in investment, we already have our market value, which is 36, and we just now calculated the number of shares. So 36 into 240. This will give us our first answer, first solution, which is the investment. So let me write it. Investment is equal to the market value, which is equal to 36 into 240. That is the number of shares. Okay. So which is equal to rupees 8640. Now let's move ahead with the second portion, that is the percentage return. Now the formula of percentage return, the percentage return, which is it is equal to income, or we can say annual dividend, or the return that we are getting after our investment divided by our investment, obviously into 100. Now those who are getting confused that why am I multiplying 100 again and again, that is simply to calculate it in percentage form. If I don't multiply it by 100, I'll get it in ratio form. Okay, so let me substitute the value, income or the annual dividend. It is already given in the question. Let me take, yeah, this is C. 720 is the dividend amount, and investment we just now calculated here, which is 8640. So 720 divided by 8640 into 100. So after multiplying and dividing, the final answer will be 25 by 3%, which is equal to 81 by 3%. Okay. One more thing, I just forgot to mention it into the previous question. For those who are getting confused, or maybe they are having any doubt in converting it into the mixed fraction, so I'll tell you the simplest way of doing it. So this is 25 by 3, right? So this will be like this. This 25 divided by 3. So 3 into 8 is 24. Okay. So the remainder is 1. So what we do is we write this 8 here, which is quotient, and then we write the remainder over here. This becomes my numerator, and this 3. Okay. This becomes my denominator. I hope it is clear. So let me rub this. Now, many students would feel that, okay, we are in class 10 and we know how to solve this. So don't waste time and just move ahead. Yeah, I know, but still, if someone has doubt, why not to clear it in advance? Right? Okay. So sorry to waste your time in this silly things. Let's move ahead. Okay. So the next question is question number 8. This is very important because it came in 2016 as I've written it here. Ashok invents, sorry, not invents, it is invests. Ashok invests rupees 26,400 on 12% 25 rupees 25 shares of a company. So again, the given data. So now Ashok is investing itna sum of money, 26,400. So his investment is rupees 26,400, 12%, 25 rupees shares of a company. So 12% means the rate of dividend is equal to 12%. Rupees 25 shares means the face value of each share is rupees 25. If he receives a dividend of rupees 2475, that is the total dividend. Okay. So we can say annual dividend or the total dividend. Total DIV, that is dividend, is rupees 2475. This is not 9, pardon me. This is 4, 2475. Find number 1, the number of shares he bought. Okay, so this is very easy question. We have already been doing such questions again and again. So this is going on a repeated mode now. Okay. So we have investment, we have the rate of dividend, we have face value, and we have the total dividend. So obviously everything is very clear in front of our eyes. Find the number of shares he bought. Okay. So let's write the formula of total dividend here. Total dividend or the dividend amount is calculated by the rate of dividend multiplied by the face value multiplied by the number of shares a person is holding. Okay. So dividend will be, the rate of dividend is what, 12%. So this is 12 by 100 into face value, that which is 25. And that is the number of shares. Number of shares we need to calculate. So number of shares we don't know yet. Okay, so I just forgot to write here, write the value of total dividend here. Wait, let me write it here. It is 2475. 2475. Okay. So this number of shares portion, this number of share remains on one side. Okay. This is the transposition rule. The number of shares will remain here. Number of shares remains on one side. This 100 goes, cross multiplies, this 100 goes there. This 12 comes in denominator, this 25 comes in denominator. So it will be like 2475 into 75 into 100 divided by 12 multiplied by 25. Okay, so just start the cancelling part. It would be better if you just pause the video and do it yourself, because that would make the calculations, the process of calculating in your mind or anywhere in the rough work or in the rough column, it will be faster for you and you'll get a good practice. So don't follow me, just pause the video and do it yourself and then check the answer. Okay. So anyways, I'll help it out. At 25, this will be 4. This again gets cut. This is cut. This is 3. And okay, yeah, one more thing. To check if 2475 is divisible by 3 or not, I need to add the digits. Okay. So this is, we studied this in divisibility rule in most probably in class 6 or 7. So just add it. Okay. 2 plus 4, that is 6, plus 7, 13, plus 5, 18. So 18 comes in the table of 3 or not? Obviously, yes. So we can cancel out this and this. So after cancelling, this is 3 8s are 24, and this is 3 into 2, 6, and then 3 into 5 is 15. Okay. So we get our answer here. Number of shares is equal to 825. This is the answer of the first portion. Now let's move to the second part. The second part is telling us to calculate the market value of each share. Okay. So that is very simple because we have the investment here. And obviously, if we are investing in some share, we need to know the price, right? That is the market value. So if I know the market value of any share, suppose the share is of face value 10 and I am getting it at rupees 15. So that 10 is the face value and the 15 is the market value or the current value or the current price. Okay. So let's come back to the question. So here the face value is 25, which is of no use to us right now. Let me draw the line. Okay. So the market value, for calculating the market value, we need the investment. So investment is equal to market value of one share into number of shares. For those who are getting confused that why am I writing the formulas like this, so I'll explain it. So what is investment? Okay. Investment is basically the amount that we are taking out from our pocket and putting it into the shares, or we are buying something, we are investing, we are putting our money onto some shares. Okay. So we need to have the market value of the shares. Means what is market value again? कितने रुपया का वो सामान है, कितने रुपए का वो शेयर है बेसिकली. ओके. एंड द नंबर ऑफ शेयर मतलब कितना क्वांटिटी हम लोगों ने खरीदा. ओके. सो लेट्स लेट्स डू इट हियर. So investment is already given to us, which is 26,400. Market value is what we need to calculate, and into number of shares we just calculate. We just did the calculation and we found out it to be 825. So again, the market value will be 26400 divided by 825. Okay. After doing the calculation part, we'll get the answer as market value will be rupees 32. I hope I've made myself clear. So the first portion, that is the number of shares he bought, which is 825, and the second portion or the second part of this question, the market value of each share, it is rupees 32. Let's move to the next question. Okay, so this question is also very important. as it came in 2019. A man invests 4500 in shares of a company which is paying 7.5% dividend. So he invests rupees itana in shares of a company. So his, let's write the given data. His investment is rupees 4500, which is paying him the dividend of 7.5%. Okay, so let's write it here. The rate of dividend is equal to 7.5%. If rupees 100 shares are available at a discount of 10 shares, sorry, 10%. If rupees 100 shares, that is, the face value is rupees 100, are available at a discount of 10%. Discount of 10% means the market value will be FV minus 10% of FV. So let me explain to those who are not able to understand that from where did I get this formula suddenly. मार्केट वैल्यू का मतलब अभी जो रेट पे शेयर्स चल रहा है, ठीक है, अभी जो शेयर्स का दाम चल रहा है, तो अब यहाँ लिखा हुआ है दिस इज एट डिस्काउंट. डिस्काउंट मतलब फेस वैल्यू से कम पे चल रहा है. तो फेस वैल्यू से कितना कम चल रहा है, दैट इज गिवन हियर 10%. मतलब मान लीजिए कि फेस वैल्यू है 100, सो 100 से कितना कम, दैट इज 10% कम. तो फेस वैल्यू हो गया 100 माइनस 10%, मतलब 10/100 इंटू द फेस वैल्यू. 10% किसका करेंगे, फेस वैल्यू का ही करेंगे. तो दिस 100 और 100 गॉन, 100 माइनस 10, यानी कि 90 रुपीज पे वो शेयर अभी ट्रेड कर रहा है. ठीक है, तो 90 रुपीज पे ट्रेड कर रहा है, इसका मतलब क्या है कि 100 रुपए का जो शेयर है, 100 रुपए की जो चीज है, वो अभी मुझे 90 रुपीज में मिल रही है. आई होप आई हैव मेड माई सेल्फ क्लियर. ओके, सो लेट्स मूव अहेड. Find the number of shares he purchases. So this is again the easy question. I would say one of the easy questions. Okay. Okay. The number of shares. So just we'll continue from here only. Investment is equal to the market value into the number of shares. So investment is already given as 4500. The market value is what we calculated just now into number of shares. So number of shares is equal to 4500 divided by 90. 4500 divided by 90. तो मैं फिर से बोल रहा हूँ, जिन जिन बच्चों को ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा है पोर्शन, वो लोग एक टाइम स्टैम्प लिख दो कमेंट में, लाइक 25 मिनट 31 सेकेंड वाला जो पोर्शन है वो नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, या जो भी पोर्शन आप लोगों को नहीं आ रहा है समझ में, आप लोग टाइम स्टैम्प दे के या फिर एक नॉर्मल कमेंट लिख के आप लोग मेंशन कर सकते हो. आई फाइंड अ वे टू एक्सप्लेन इट टू यू. ओके, तो नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स विल बी 4500 डिवाइड बाई 90. तो इसे कैंसल आउट काटाकुटी करने के बाद में आएगा 50. So this is the answer of the first portion, which is 50 shares. Okay, the next part of this question, is his annual income. So it is easy now. His annual income. So annual income will be obviously be calculated by the rate of dividend, the face value, and the number of shares that he has bought. ओके, एनुअल इनकम मतलब साल में कितना कमाया उसने। तो एक साल में उसका एनुअल इनकम इनकम कैसे होगा? रेट ऑफ डिविडेंड, कितना परसेंटेज उसको मिल रहा है डिविडेंड, और रेट ऑफ डिविडेंड कैलकुलेट होता है फेस वैल्यू पे। ये दोनों ही से सिर्फ कैलकुलेट करेंगे तो हम लोगों को मिलेगा एक शेयर का डिविडेंड। बट ही बॉट 50 शेयर, राइट? 50 शेयर उसने खरीदा है, तो संग में ये भी लगेगा इनटू नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स। तो लेट मी राइट द फॉर्मूला। एनुअल इनकम, दिस इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड टोटल डिविडेंड, ओके, विच इज इक्वल टू the rate of dividend multiplied by the face value into number of shares. So rate of dividend was 7.5%, into face value was rupees 100, into number of shares is 50। तो एक बार हम लोग चेक कर लेते हैं रेट ऑफ डिविडेंड यही है कि नहीं। यस, रेट ऑफ डिविडेंड है 7.5% और फेस वैल्यू है 100, तो और नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स है 50। So this 100 and 100 gets cancelled. 7.5 into 50, 75 into 5, which is equal to rupees 375. Okay. Let's move to the next question. Question number 10. Amit Kumar invests 36,000 in buying rupees 100 shares at 20 rupees premium. Okay, again the same thing here. Investment of Amit Kumar is rupees 36,000. Rupees 100 shares means face value is rupees 100, 20 per, again see, now here बाकी सब क्वेश्चन में क्या था, 20%, 10%, बट दे हैव मेंशनड हियर एज 20 रुपीज प्रीमियम। तो इसने काम आसान कर दिया आपका। मार्केट वैल्यू कितना होगा? रुपीज 100 प्लस 20, राइट, इज इक्वल टू रुपीज 120। अब डिविडेंड दे दिया है, रेट, रेट ऑफ डिविडेंड इज इक्वल टू 15% ऑब्वियसली पर annum। फाइंड द नंबर ऑफ शेयर ही बाइस। ओके, अब ये देखिए, लेट मी चेंज द कलर ऑफ द पेन। ओके, सो इन्वेस्टमेंट, ओके, इन्वेस्टमेंट का फॉर्मूला क्या होता है? मैंने कितना रुपया डाला मार्केट में, मैंने क्या मतलब टोटल मैंने कितना का सामान खरीदा है। ओके, इन्वेस्टमेंट इज द मार्केट वैल्यू, कितने रुपए पे सामान मिल रहा था, इनटू नंबर ऑफ शेयर। ओके, ऑब्वियसली, तो नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स हमें निकालना है, तो नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स विल बी इन्वेस्टमेंट बाय मार्केट वैल्यू। ये यहीं रहेगा, ये नीचे चला जाता है, ठीक है। लेट्स सब्स्टिट्यूट द वैल्यूज हियर। इन्वेस्टमेंट इज 36,000 divided by the market value which is 120। ओके, तो ये काट दीजिए, 12 into 3 36, which is equal to 300 shares। Okay, so we got the answer of our of the first part. Pick now the second part, his yearly dividend Okay, is yearly dividend or the dividend amount? Okay, so this is the first question. Let's find second one. Yearly dividend, यानी कि चलो we will write that only. Yearly dividend. Yearly dividend will be the rate of dividend into obviously the face value into number of shares. Number of shares. Okay. So rate of dividend is 15%. That is 15 by 100 into what is the face value here? Face value is 100 rupees into what is number of shares? Number of shares 300. Okay. So 15%, that is 15 by 100 into 100. 100 gets cancelled. So 15 into 300, that is rupees 4500. Okay. So this is the answer of the second part, that is his yearly dividend. Now let's go to the third part, which has already been done many times. Again, we'll do it. The percentage return on his investment. Percentage return on his investment. Let me change the color again. Percentage return will be income, his annual income or his dividend income और his yearly dividend. Okay, जितना उसने एक साल में कमाया डिवाइडेड बाय उसने कितना रुपया डाला था, मतलब कितना रुपया लगा के उसने कमाया. ओके, so this here it will be his income, or basically I'll write it as yearly dividend divided by his investment into 100. So let me substitute the values here. Yearly dividend we just now calculated 4500 divided by his investment, which is given here. See, ये 36,000 into 100 किया हमने, राइट. सो ये दो जीरो कट गया, ये दो जीरो गया, ये यहाँ पे ये से कट गया. तो जस्ट पॉज द वीडियो एंड कैलकुलेट कर लीजिए. फाइनल आएगा आंसर 12.5%. ओके, दिखा देता हूँ एक बार. ये देखिए, ये दो जीरो गया, ये दो जीरो गया, इसका ये जीरो, इसका ये जीरो गॉन. अब दिस इज 450, दिस इज 36. तो 9 के टेबल से जाएगा. 9 5 9 into 5 is 45 and one more zero here, and 9 is 9 से भी ये जाएगा 4. तो 50/4. इसको और फर्दर आप कैंसिल कर सकते हैं. दिस विल बी 2 and this will be 25 obviously. So 25/2. Obviously ये थोड़ा अनटाइडी हो गया. I'll just remove it. Okay, so this will be 25/2, which is 12.5. So this is our final answer. So first part का जो आंसर था, that is 300 shares. Second part was the yearly dividend that we calculated as 4500 rupees, and the third part is the percentage return, that is 12.5%. Okay.